Welcome back to the Sound for More channel. It's Leo speaking. Today we are going to explore a little bit the differences between patches, channel strips, and also we're going to cover a little bit in more detail how to copy, save channel strip settings. Before I continue, I would like to remind my viewers to subscribe as it helps with growing the channel. Thank you very much. So we are inside Logic Pro for iPad on an iPad Pro M1. Let's click on Create Project and let's select Tracks. Okay, now let's create a MIDI software instrument, and we have a track there. And as you know, if you open the plugin editor, you find that there is a plugin called Electric Piano, which sounds like this. Okay, perfect. Now let's click on the plus sign again, and let's create an audio track. Again, with the plugin editor open, you can see there are two plugins which have been created by default, a compressor and also a channel EQ. Of course, if you edit on the software instrument track, you have a piano roll. If you edit the audio track, you have the view on edit the waveform that you either import or you will record. Okay, so let's remove the editor. Let's close the editor. Now, how do you set channel strips which are created every time you create a track by Logic Pro? So when you create, for example, a software instrument track, it will create a corresponding channel strip, and when you create an audio track, it will create again another channel strip. So how can you copy and paste and also save the settings for each channel strips and therefore recall them as you like, almost like creating a template? Well, before we go into that, let's also open the mixer view, because the mixer view, and I already covered these in one initial tutorial, shows you a little bit better the channel strips. You can see there is a channel strip here for Deluxe Classic, the software instrument, a channel strip for the audio track. Then both are actually going to a stereo output. If I scroll up, you can see the output of both tracks is going to the stereo output, which is represented here as another channel strip for your output. And then you have a master channel strip, which of course works as a master to control the other tracks. Okay, so if you click on if you select one channel strip, you can see you have an option here for a copy channel strip settings, right? If you go back to the plugin editor, we have seen as well, if you click on the three dot, you can also copy channel strip settings here as well, right? Okay, let's say that on this audio track, we add a space designer as a plugin, okay? Now, we want to use this audio track as a template, and therefore we want to recall this template whenever we like, therefore saving the channel strip settings. And also let's set the dry down to 0 for the space designer and the wet to maximum to show you that it will record also the parameters for the plugins as well. Well, the way to do that is to click here on the track again, and you can find Save Patch. Okay, a patch is different from a preset. You may have presets for a software instrument, you may have presets for an audio effect, but the patch will contain everything you see on the channel strip. Okay, so let's click Save Patch. Let's modify this and let's call this, for example, SFM space audio, like so, and let's click OK. You know that when we created a standard audio track, we didn't have the space designer plugin loaded, right? So if I delete this track like so, and then if I press on the plus sign, let's open actually the patch and the browser itself. Let's go to audio patches because that was an audio track. Let's click for search and let's try to find the SFM like so and press enter. Now you can see that it has found SFM as audio, and that is my patch. If I click, drag and drop here, okay, and let's close the browser now, you can see that I have a new audio track which also contains the Space Designer plug-in. Okay? Now, let's also create a standard audio track like so. You can see the difference. The audio one here has a Space Designer, and the second one doesn't. Now, if you go to this first audio track, you go to the three dot, you click Copy Channel Strip Settings, and then you go to the second one, you open the three dots. Now you have an option to paste channel strip setting. And when you do that, it will actually paste the settings from the other channel strip, which in this case will include the Space Designer. Please also notice that you have the dry settings set to minimal and the wet set to maximal, as it was when I recorded those channel strip settings. Of course, I can undo this, and I can go to the mixer view, and I can select the second audio track and select paste channel strip setting from there. Okay, so hopefully this explains how to copy and paste channel strip settings, and also how to save channel strip settings into a patch. Of course, I can do that also for the software instrument. I go to the Lux Classic. I open this. It says, as we mentioned earlier, it has only an electric piano plugin. I can go in and add the Space Designer, which I like. Then I highlight the track to have the context menu, and then I click Save Patch, and then I can call this one SFM. Actually, let's capitalize this. It looks a bit better, like so. SFM Deluxe Classic, and press OK. Now, if I delete this track, like so, now I can open the browser. This time I have actually to go to instrument patches, not audio patches. Okay, and then in here I can also search for SFM again, and then I have my SFM Deluxe Classic, which I can load, and that will have the Space Designer instead of having just the electric piano. So that is how you can create your own templates for a channel strip. Of course, they are patches. And by the way, they don't need to contain a software instrument at all. So you could actually save a patch which contains no software instrument, but just the effects, and that works fine as well. Also, remember, you can swipe to the left here, and you can click on the add, it will add it here on the track, or you can make it your favorite, or you can also click delete to actually remove that if you need. So, okay, so I hope you enjoyed the short tutorial. I hope this makes sense in terms of the difference between presets and patches. And remember, when you have a plugin loaded, like so, you can then click on plugin presets, and it will show you the preset specifically to that plugin, which are the presets specifically to the plugin, but not the entire set of settings for the channel strip. I hope this makes sense. See you next time. Bye.